The Joy of Giving. December 16, 2013. It is well understood nothing is completely static or stationary. Your body is incredibly active and is continuously exchanging with the universe, whereas your busy mind is vigorously working together with the intelligence of the universe. And dear ones, your precious energy is a divine expression of universal energy. Quite frankly, the movement of life at its basics is a pleasant communication of all the elements and of all the forces that constructs your existence. And within this pleasant communication of elements and forces, your life becomes a giving life. Since your body and your mind along with the universe are continuously and actively exchanging, trying to stop this flow of energy would be like trying to stop the blood from flowing through your veins. You all know what happens when blood stops flowing. Whenever you've been cut, it will begin to thicken, it will clot and eventually become still in that one spot. This is why, dear ones, it is essential to be a giver and a receiver. It is to ensure your ability to continue the flow of what you need and want flowing into your life. For a relationship to be healthy, there must be an equal amount of give and take. Understand, giving will stimulate receiving and receiving will stimulate giving. It is like the phrase, what goes up must come down. In practical everyday terms, receiving is pretty much the same thing as giving, simply because both are different pieces that come from the flow of energy that is derived from the universe. And if you attempt to hinder the flow of either giving or receiving, you will end up restricting nature's wisdom. It is a well understood concept, the more you give, the more you shall receive. This is because as you give and receive in equal measures, you are keeping the flow of abundance of the universe alive and moving through and within your life. Comprehend, dear ones, what doesn't have value will not increase in number through giving, therefore it is not worth giving or worth receiving. What has value will increase when it is given. If at any time you gave something and felt a loss afterwards, then that gift or that item you gave was not truly given through the pure intentions of your heart and will not create an increase. If you give with a grudge, there is no energy in the action of your giving. Understandably, dear ones, it is always the intention behind your giving and receiving that makes all the difference in the world. Your intention in the act of giving should create happiness, happiness for whoever is the giver and happiness for the receiver. As it is, happiness, dear ones, supports your life and sustains your whole being. Therefore, when you give happiness, you will increase happiness. When you give from the heart unconditionally, the return feeling in the exchange is equal. That is why the act of giving is meant to be joyful. Your thought forms must be one with the feeling of joy that you receive from the act of giving. Consequently, making the energy underneath the action of giving that much stronger. To give to others is a simple practice. If you want happiness and joy, give happiness and joy to other dear souls. If you want love, learn to give love. From all the good things you want, you must give in order to receive them in abundance. It is the basis of the law of attraction. Did you know, dear ones, one of the easiest ways to get out of life what you want is by helping others get what they are wanting? This is an attitude that has been adopted by individual dear souls, groups, companies, even nations. In order to be blessed with good things in your life, it is essential, dear ones, to develop quietly your ability to give and to bless goodness to enter the lives of other dear souls. Giving is so simple and it produces so much joy, and in receiving the giving, happiness continues to flow. Even if you only think with the thoughts of giving, with the thought of blessing or of another good and harmonious thought towards another through simple prayer, it does carry energy and power to affect others in a good and positive way. In order to begin putting giving into operation, it is necessary to decide whenever you are in contact or are interacting with another, you will give something. Giving does not require you to give a material object. Your giving could be a smile, a compliment, and you could give them a prayer, perhaps a flower of the season. What you give from the heart has more power and more influence than giving something material. By showing care, concern, compassion, and appreciation are some of the easiest gifts of giving you can share with another, and the best part, dear ones, is that they cost you nothing. The next time you pass another dear soul along the street, silently bless them with happiness, joy and good health. The intent behind your joyful blessing is very powerful, and in return the happiness you intended for them also becomes your happiness. As you move throughout your day, make a point to give. It makes no difference who the person is, or how they appear, as long as you give from your precious heart you will receive. The more you give with confidence, you will also gain an increased harmony, and this beautiful glow will be felt throughout your whole person. In addition, as you receive more from all the giving, you will feel inspired and motivated to continue giving in order to maintain the sacred flow of universal energy that is light and loving. A pleasure it always is, dear ones, to come forward, to converse with each of you. Love is in you to give, and in return love is what you will receive. You already have the love of God, of me, and of so many. Keep giving. Don't stop the giving that is pure and unconditional, where your intent speaks loudly of the love that is within your heart. And so it is. I am Archangel Uriel through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com